Greetings, peace and blessings be upon you. Welcome to The Greatest Struggle, Overcoming You. My name is Paul McCoy and I'm your host. If this is your first time joining us, please push the subscribe button, push like, and share the video if you find that there's value or benefit from this video. As always, whenever tuning in, I would like for you to bring those three things, and those three things are your open mind, your pen, and your pad, so that you could jot down things that's going to be beneficial for you in your journey of overcoming you. Now, in our last video, I talked about my greatest struggle, and my greatest struggle had to deal with my weight. And many of you, that's your struggle too. During that time, I talked about goals and the importance of coming up with a goal, and I talked about a SMART goal, and in the video I said I would get to that later. Well, now it's later, and I think it's very important that people understand what goals are and what goes into achieving those goals. So we're going to give goals a simple definition. So a goal is an idea of the future or desired result that a person or a group of people envision, commit to, and plan on achieving and bringing into fruition. So your goal could be, I want to lose weight. Or your goal could be, I want to finish college. Or your goal could be, I want to develop a business. Whatever that goal may be, we understand it as your vision that you want to bring into fruition. So I talked about this term, SMART goal. We all have goals. We all have things that we want to achieve, but how do we go about achieving those things? The goal tells us what we want. The achieving part is really where the real work comes into play. So many people in many industries use this term, SMART goal. Now, SMART is an acronym, and it's a nice acronym because it really breaks down what it is that we're looking for when we're trying to get a goal that we want to achieve. So SMART, what is that acronym for? The S is for specific. The M is for measurable. The A is for achievable. The R is for relevant. And the T is for time. So we have this goal and we want to achieve the goal. And let's just say for me, in my example that I gave earlier, that I want to lose weight. That's a big goal. And losing weight can be specific because I can say, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 30 pounds. That is a specific thing that I want to do. Is it measurable? Sure. We can measure how much weight I lost from today to tomorrow. We can measure how much weight I lost from now until a year from now. So it's measurable. Is it achievable? Here's where things get a little hairy. Because what if I said, I want to lose 100 pounds in one day? Unless I'm talking about having some type of surgery or having half of my body cut off or whatever, that's not achievable. So what the SMART goal does is it gives us the opportunity to specify what it is that we want to do, to give a metrics and by which we will measure it by. With that metrics, what it is that we're measuring by, it also gives us the opportunity to know if this is achievable. Is it relevant? Is it important at all? Because if you have a goal and the goal isn't important, especially to you, if it's not important to you, then you're not going to achieve it anyway. And then there's a time allotment given to it because we only have so much time in order for it to work. And let's just say, for instance, I want to be a millionaire. When do you want to become a millionaire? If you say I want to be a millionaire in a lifetime, well, at the end of your lifetime, if you made $1 million or not, cumulative, if this is what you're talking about, this is specifying what it is you want. then if you don't do it that way, then you don't have a SMART goal. So let's dig into this a little bit. So speaking of the $1 million, we're going to talk about specifying what it is that we want. It has to be specific. So I want $1 million and I want $1 million per year. You specified that you want $1 million and $1 million per year. Or we could take it back to my greatest struggle, which will probably be more beneficial at this time. I want to become healthy. That was my goal because I wanted to walk on the beach with my family. I wanted to go up the stairs and not be tired. I wanted to feel good about myself. That's a great goal. But it's not a SMART goal to say, I just want to be healthy, because there's nothing specific about it. There's nothing that I could truly measure or put a metrics on that's going to let me know that, okay, I'm healthy. One aspect of being healthy is weight loss. So I would say, you know what? In the next 6 months' time, I want to lose 30 pounds. How would I go about getting to that point? So let's look at SMART goal. Is it specific? I want to lose weight. Yes, it's specific. Is it measurable? Sure. I can go to the scale. I can get on the scale. I can step on, step off, and I'll know how much weight I lost. Is it achievable? Within 6 months, the experts say that people could lose 2 to 3 pounds per week or 5 pounds per month. Within the first couple of weeks, you have your greatest weight loss. So tailoring down to 6 months, 30 pounds may be achievable. Is it relevant? It's relevant to me. It's important to me. Understanding your why. Why? Because I know if I lose 30 pounds, they say that each pound that you have on your body represents 4 pounds of pressure on your joints. So if I'm able to lose 30 pounds, then it would be like my joints, the results on my joints would be as if I lost 120 pounds, going from 4 pounds equivalent to pressure being lifted times 30 equals 120. And the time would be the 6 months. Now, what we can do is we could break that down into increments. We could break that down into segments that will show what it is that we're doing from a weekly to a monthly point in time. We could go back, we could review, and we could see what it is that we've done in order to make sure that we achieved it. So when we talk about goals, one of the things that people don't talk about too are objectives. Now, my goal is to lose weight. The objectives are the things that are going to be put into place that are going to allow me to make sure that I am living up to losing weight. So these goals that I had given in the last video, these are great goals and they stand by themselves. But in the greater scheme of things, these goals become objectives, and all of these goals are measurable. So I want to lose weight. In order for me to lose weight, I need to increase my physical activities. I can measure my physical activities. I have a smartwatch. I have a timer. I can say, okay, I walked this far today. I walked for this long today. And if I'm walking longer today than I did yesterday, if I'm walking longer next week than I was walking this week, I've shown that I've met my objective of physical activities, which will help me to reach my goal of losing weight. The next objective, increase my water intake. The experts say that the more water you take in, that it helps to speed up your metabolism, that it helps with digestion, that it allows the joints in the body to operate at its optimum level when we're hydrated properly. Again, this is an objective to help me reach my goal of losing weight. Improve my diet. How do I improve my diet? I take out my fats, unhealthy fats. I take out the snacks. I take out the sugars. I take out the sodas. because I know if I reduce that, it's really good. But how do I know if I'm reducing it or not? Because it's measurable. Okay, I was drinking 5 sodas a week. This week, I only drink 3 sodas. Cool. I'm good now. These objectives are the things that's going to help push me towards my goal. They're measurable, and that's good. Now, that achievable part is tied in to these. These goals, this SMART goal or this goal is achievable if I'm able to actually execute these things that I have here. And if I execute them well, then what I'm doing is achievable. But if I don't do any of that, what is the likelihood that I'm going to be able to achieve it? Is relevant again because I had already told you. Now, anything that you do in life, whether it's my greatest struggle of overcoming my weight gain to getting myself down to a healthy level over a nice period of time, or if it's about you losing the negative self thoughts, if it's about you being able to internalize criticism and know that it's going to be constructive and not destructive, if it's about you being able to get out of your own way and go into things that you felt were, how you say, impossible before because of what outside people said or what it is that you've taken on to yourself not to be able to do it or any of that, if you're able to say, I am going to do it, and you put a plan together and you make these goals and you make it a SMART goal, you'll be able to achieve anything. And the things that you are most passionate about are the things that are the easiest to achieve if you apply yourself. And the last part would be time. If you don't put a time to it, there's nothing. Now, I told you that I would be pulling information from different sources. The Bible in Habakkuk says, write the vision down. Write down that vision. Put it on tablets. Put it on something that you can see it with. Make it visible. Make it easy for that person to see it, and that person is you, so that you can run with it. This is why I always say to you, bring your pad, bring your pen, so that you can write down the information and put it somewhere where you can see it. Now I'm going to talk about one last thing in goals before I leave and before we end this session. And again, if you find any of this information valuable, please push this share button, push the like button, and subscribe. So when we talk about goals, there are people who do achieve goals. Like one group of people may say, hey, I want to go to college and I want to finish school. But when they complete that goal, at the end of it, they feel let down because they're like, I thought it was going to be better than this. The idea that you completed the goal, you didn't fail at it, there shouldn't be a letdown, but in most cases, there's a letdown because you didn't plan big enough. Or you had a goal and it stopped right here. In making your goals and overcoming you, think of a vision. That goal is also a vision. It's what you envision to happen for you. Make that goal so huge that it scares you. Make that goal so huge that you don't want to share with anybody. And you write that goal down at the back of your journal. And every once in a while, you go back and you look at that goal. Make smaller goals, smaller achievable goals that you could work towards that will put you closer to that ultimate goal that you want to get to, and it won't seem as impossible as it did in the very beginning. Most people, when we plan for things, we only plan to where our minds can imagine to. But I'm challenging you to overcome you, to know again that the same God that created all of this wonderful universe is the same God that created you and gave you the power to do anything you want to do. everything that we've done up to this point has been to allow for you to be able to take this introspective look at yourself, to see yourself objectively, to bring people around you so that you'll know that when I look at me and I'm seeing myself for me, that I'm looking at a true representation, not something where I'm being easy on me because it's me. Once you're able to do that, then you can be objective and see the places in your life that you need to improve on. And then you can start planning and making goals and objectives to meet those goals, to do what it is that you want to do in life, to be what it is that you want to be in life. But it all begins with understanding you, asking yourself the difficult questions, becoming very uncomfortable with your place, and knowing that God will never fail you and that you will never fail you. And again, this is my beliefs. But if you don't believe in you, it doesn't matter what else you believe in. So please, if you like what you saw, push the subscribe button, smash the like, and share it with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Paul McCoy. This is The Greater Struggle, Overcoming You. Thank you very much.